New York City is getting ready for one of its biggest events of the year, the annual New Year's Eve ball drop, which will happen in Times Square. But because of the fast spreading Omicron variant, the event has been scaled down with restrictions. BNC's Dray Clark joins us live from Times Square. Dray?
Yeah, Tashonda, good afternoon. They're doing a couple of run-throughs happening right now here in Times Square as we count down to the big event tomorrow night. As you mentioned a moment ago, it's been scaled back and less people will be allowed here into Times Square to witness the ball drop. But that ball itself is still just as big and beautiful. And so people who are in charge of running this event want to make sure that the ball drop is successful tomorrow night without any mechanical problems. But let's talk more about some of the changes. Ordinarily, the NYPD allows close to 60,000 people into Times Square to watch the ball drop, but not this year. Only about 15,000 people will be allowed in, and they will be required to show proof that they are fully vaccinated, and everyone is required to wear a mask. And unlike previous years when revelers were allowed access at around noontime, this year they won't be allowed into the area until after 3 o'clock. All of this, of course, is happening as New York City is trying to get through the Omicron variant. The highly contagious variant has surged across the country with a number of new cases soaring to more than 265,000 cases per day on average. Now, here in New York, 13 state-run testing sites were opened yesterday to help meet the demand for testing and to give you some perspective for how bad things are here in New York. Just on Tuesday, according to state officials, 67,000 people here in the state tested positive for having the Omicron variant. Hospitalizations are beginning to increase, but luckily most people who test positive are only experiencing mild symptoms. It's those individuals who are not vaccinated that are experiencing the more severe symptoms in terms of chills and fevers and those other things that are associated with the Omicron variant. Meanwhile, back here in Times Square, again, they're doing some run-throughs. There are several stages that are set up, so there will be performances on stage tomorrow night, just like it's been done in previous years. But again, the big difference is the number of people being allowed into the square to watch the ball drop. Meanwhile, New York City's incoming Mayor Eric Adams will also take his oath of office tomorrow night after the ball drops. He is the city's first African-American mayor since David Dinkins was elected. The late David Dinkins was elected more than 30 years ago. Reporting live in New York, I'm Dray Clark for BNC. Tashani.
Dray, always a pleasure. Stay safe out there.